This guy doesn't laugh at any of them. As soon as we start putting on his own content, bro is like laughing nonstop.
Honestly, the guy who makes me laugh the most is myself.
Would you rather be ugly or stupid?
Oh my God.
Stupid.
Would you rather be broke or canceled?
What did I do?
Well, it really depends.
You messaged her a picture of a durian and she messaged back, oh, nice. And you said, you
Hey guys, welcome to this episode of We Were Fighting. We're back.
And today we must discuss, do you think I look like a lesbian with this hair? Because I've been getting those comments.
No?
There are comments on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Apparently, I've been told this, of girls saying, oh, Toast, you look great with long hair. And then if you explore their profile, they're lesbians.
That the lesbians are complimenting you?
The lesbians are complimenting
Wait, I think
me.
you take that as a win.
And I think it's because they think I look like a mask-presenting lesbian. And I talked to Sydney about it. It's like, oh, apparently this is like a thing with Asian lesbian, the older sister trope of, you know, long hair,
I see
but
that.
still kind of masculine.
Well, do you like your hair?
Not right now, because it's kind of like way too long and it's not fixed. So I'm just wondering, you don't think I look like a lesbian, do you? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That wasn't a thought that crossed my mind, but I'm also not lesbian, so I maybe don't see it as, I don't know.
Right now, I'm big with the lesbians.
like, how do you know that?
Is that true?
Yeah, like
Lesbians, can you let
Lesbians,
us know
drop a comment.
if like Toast is big to you guys?
You know, what's crazy? I had this interaction on the Minecraft server. I was talking to this guy. He was hanging out. I was like, oh, I went on a date last night with a girl. And I was telling her about how I'm a Twitch streamer. And she said, oh, yeah, I saw you play with this guy's Toast. I'm a big fan. And that girl apparently was a lesbian, or like it was a bi woman that really likes girls, but for the one time he's dating this guy because he has long hair as well. So I think I'm big with the lesbians right now because of my long hair, because I look feminine enough for them to think I'm like pretty.
Confirm or deny?
Shout out to all the lesbians out there. That was my question.
That's
of the
what
day.
you wanted to start off with.
That's my question of the day.
All right, Chelsea, any topics for today?
oh, okay. Wait, what was the thing that we just talked about last?
It was something related to race, but to be honest, that's me on every podcast. Whoa.
What?
I said like tune in next week when we talk about political stuff, political racial stuff. I mean, it was a week ago. It was something about race, something about politics. We were rating Korean.
We can skip that. It's fine. You forgot.
Korean, Japanese, Chinese.
Save us.
Toast, do you feel bad when you talk about this stuff and then you watch these clips back?
Do I feel bad? No, I think honestly, the guy who makes me laugh the most is myself.
This is true. You ever see this, and some viewers might know this. Basically, back in the day, we would do these make yourself laugh challenges on our YouTube channel. And you basically just hold a bunch of water in your mouth and you try not to laugh at a bunch of videos. We had people just scope and like scour for videos across the internet. This guy doesn't laugh at any of them. As soon as we start putting on his own content, bro is like laughing nonstop.
You gotta be proud of your work, you know, in this industry.
He thinks he's fucking hilarious.
I do think I'm funny when I'm funny. Like when I say something funny and I genuinely believe it's funny.
So you calling me a species and then laughing right after was because you thought it was funny? Because you laughed really hard after.
Yeah. And a lot of people thought it was funny. I would say that's a 7.5 on my funny.
7.5?
That's a 7.5 funny for myself. Oh, yeah.
But your funny's like at the cost of someone else's expense.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Well, most times, not all the times. And it's usually so over the top and it hits them in a place where it doesn't hurt. Like, I try not to do it at the expense of something that I actually like insecure about, feel bad about. Like with the species comments, like Yvonne doesn't pride herself on being a human being because it's never a topic. Like no one's ever been insulted for being a human being. So that's where the funny comes in.
You're making me seem lesser of a human than another human
That's
being.
the idea, you know. If I attack you like your femininity or like your background or like your wealth.
You guys all still do that all the time. You judge me for my dating stuff.
That's where the funny comes from. Like humor is an art. It's one that I haven't perfected. I do think my humor doesn't come through for most people though. It's like a very online
like Chelsea had to learn about your humor.
Yeah, people on Reddit kind of humor. It's not for the normies.
Yeah, it's actually not, because I'll have like people from back home who are like, he's really mean. Is he so mean?
So I wouldn't say I feel bad. I feel bad when I actually make someone feel bad. That feels the worst. Mm-hmm. But I don't think there's a lot of people who watch my content that feels bad because I insulted their background. I think they just laugh it off.
I did. I felt so bad for Yvonne for a couple episodes.
But did you feel bad for yourself?
No.
Yeah.
Because you weren't insulting me. But I felt bad for Yvonne because she's my friend.
You have a lot of empathy. Well, have you ever felt bad?
Yeah, of course I felt bad.
Well, I'm so sorry. Which time?
The fact he has to be like, which time was it?
Did the species kind of make you feel bad?
No, but not afterwards. But in the moment, I was like, did he say that?
I'll name a couple of moments and you tell me if you felt bad, okay?
Okay.
And you tell me if you thought it was funny. How about that? How about Toast goes first. You tell me.
He always thinks it's funny. That's why he says it.
The baguette ad that you guys inserted Yvonne in when you hit her with a baguette.
I don't think that one's that funny.
No, that one's nothing.
Because that one wasn't my bit. It was from Offline TV. And
yeah.
I think it was a little funny because it's like playing on the ongoing joke me and Yvonne have.
Yeah.
So
I got to hit him back in another one.
The Sahara Desert comment when you said...
Oh, that was really funny. That was really funny. Did you feel bad about that?
I didn't feel bad about it. I think I would feel bad if I genuinely felt like no guys would go for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was...
You can't say something they're actually insecure about because that would feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know my girl Yvonne's getting some.
Why do you laugh though after you say that?
So if I make that comment, she doesn't actually feel bad because she knows it's not true.
What about when you say to her, silence scum?
That's also funny.
Well, that does sound bad.
Quiet, scum. Because I don't actually do that to her when she's talking about something like, in our day-to-day conversation. But when the camera's rolling and she's yapping away and I'm trying to say something, it's like silence. It's because it's so over the top. Like it's more, okay, it's like if I said shut up, that's rude.
The word he chose is what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Saying silence.
It's like a command from God. Silence.
What about the time you messaged her a picture of a durian and she messaged back, oh, nice. And you said, you
It's because it's so over the top. What was I saying? It's like you said, like
you would like that.
Yeah. It's like she said, "I loved you." And you're like, "Yeah, you do." You. It's just over the top, right? It's that was funny. Yeah, that was funny. It was bold. Do you have a list of these? Where you did you compile them?
A lot of moments. Sometimes people don't even have to think that hard.
Chelsea, we are not paying you enough for you to be writing all these moments down.
No, I have a document. There's like 3 pages.
Wow, she said that really seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, with links.
I don't think I would feel any bad about any of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. If you think I should feel bad, you let me know. I mean, I do feel bad sometimes, for sure, but not usually when it's really funny. I think the humor helps. I think if you said something and it wasn't funny at the expense of someone, then it's just the unfunny hurt.
Yeah.
But if it's funny, but it's kind of hurtful, you kind of balance it out.
Like what makes me laugh a lot is sometimes the chain together clips. Oh my God, that one got me dying every single time. Like that shit was funny.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, the contrast between like the attempt to be gentle into, hey, you piece of shit, right afterwards, just like crack me the fuck up. Like that shit is funny to me.
Out of your friend group, who do you think is the funniest?
This is actually a great question.
Go to OTV and Friends, not just OTV. OTV and Friends. Who do you think is the funniest?
I think, okay, that's a great question because I've thought about this, which is the people, I think everyone's funny, but there are people who can be funny and people, how do I describe this? There are people who are funny not because they're trying to be funny, but just because of who they are and their reaction to it. I think Yvonne's one of those people. Yeah. I don't think Yvonne tries to be funny. It's
Are you sure? Why is he laughing now?
I think Yvonne is great at like making situations. But like if I was to tell Yvonne, go on stage and make people laugh, I think she would.
Oh yeah, I would whittle down and yeah.
I think Yvonne's good at reacting to things in a funny way, but she's not necessarily proactive at, I'm gonna go create a funny situation. I'm gonna start this bit.
Like I wouldn't go up and make a skit.
Yeah.
Like
she's someone you pass the ball to, and then she's good at passing it back, but she wouldn't like say, hey, everyone, I'm going to start passing the ball. Scar is another. See, Scar is funny because I think he's so funny being himself, and he's so not funny when he's like, I'm going to start a bit, or like, I'm going to go up on stage and tell a joke. And it becomes so cringe, and it becomes like funny again. Because Scar has those moments where it's like, I'm gonna do this comedian bit, and then everyone's just like, oh Jesus Christ, and it just becomes funny in the process of it, but not because he's trying, like his jokes are landing. It's because it's so far from landing that it becomes funny.
But you wouldn't say Scar is funny by him.
I would say Scar is funny just of who he is, his reactions to, like, he has great reactions.
He has like one word drops sometimes, like just 1 or 2 word drops afterwards that are just out of pocket or insane to say, and it's fucking funny.
Yeah, and these moments are where he's just being himself.
Yeah.
Like his genuine reaction to something. But on the other side, people who can create like funny situations are good at improv. I would say the funniest are Lily Pichu. Yeah. I always think Lily's the best riffer, the best, like she can pick up on a bit, she can start a bit.
Yeah.
I would say Lily's the funniest.
She's really good at starting a bit, especially I feel. And going along everything.
Another person is someone like Leslie. I think is really funny because of her genuine earnestness to things. Like she just fully commits to like whatever role she needs to be.
And she laughs about her to herself a lot. I think that helps. Like when you see someone laugh, it could be infectious. I think Michael and John also very funny.
Yeah, John has very specific humor.
Yes, he does. It doesn't always land for me because I don't think I just like that 8 head to get it.
Yeah,
it's almost like advanced level. Like he's memeing something you need to know the reference to get it, and I don't know that many references to things.
John's humor is like a play. Like you have to just understand everything and the references he's making, or else it just does not land in its silence. But if you understand his setup and the screenplay, then it's funny. But humor, I mean, it's such a subjective thing, and I love studying humor and what makes people laugh, and like how to present yourself in a way that's not just I'm going to be funny. Like how do I create a funny situation?
A lot of it does take practice. Like delivery is such a big part of it, that how someone says a line or says things or react, it's all part of it. All creates the moment. Yeah,
being funny is a big part of it. Is also being okay with being the butt of jokes. I think what makes me and Yvonne's dynamic work really well, and me and Yvonne's dynamic well, is that 80% of the time they're the butt of my jokes. And it's really funny when it's switched around, like when they start yelling at me or when they like start pointing out my mistake. And my role in those situations isn't to fight back, it's to like cower and like play the other role, right? Because if I'm always trying to be the loud one, the funny one, the one who's right, then it's not as funny when the roles are swapped, right?
It makes the personality feel real then at that point. Yeah. But it's not in that way. Like, it is funny when he's the one yelling at us in League, and then Pole Belter comes in, and then he takes on that role, and then Toast can't say anything because his whole thing is like a challenger player, like they know best. And then so what is Toast gonna say to Pole Belter?
Yeah, we had that situation a few times where we bring in like a professional player for League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and they are able to pick up on it because they start yelling at me. It's like, oh. And in those moments, I have to essentially play the role of incompetent guy who's trying to defend horrible decision and then start slowly withering away. Because if I was to act arrogant and talk back, then
it'd be insufferable.
Yeah, then you're just being an ass. But then like, oh, Toast is now the one being yelled at. This is funny. And he, I have a hard time. I thought about this when you brought up this question. It's like, why don't I like playing with these certain people? Why don't I like create content with these certain people? And it goes back to the funny aspect of it, because the people I don't get along with on stream are the people who don't like being butt of jokes, who don't understand that it's a seesaw, it's a give and take. They're the guys who has to win, has to be right, has to be like the dominant one, has to be the one that walks away from their interaction, the victor. And I really do not like creating content with people like that. And it's not a case of like, well, I want to be the guy who makes them the butt of the joke. It's because they don't understand.
There's no back and forth.
There's no back and forth.
Yeah. It kind of ends at like a predictable wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I used this example recently. Have you guys seen those Jubilee videos where there's a red button in the middle?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, if you press it, you're rejecting the other person and you win. The best moments are where people don't press it. They keep talking and talking. And even though one of you could end it, you just keep it going. But a lot of times, some guy just comes on like instantly press it. It's like, oh, you're too ugly. Or the girl does it. It's like, oh, you're too short. Humor and improv and streaming content is kind of like that. Where, yeah, one of you can say something and be the winner, but then it ends there. I had this on the Minecraft server where I tried to like interact with a person, and she was just trying to act like she's above it or like doesn't want to get the back and forth. And I just left. I just quit the server because it's like, this is not humor. Like, this is not, we're not creating content and all you care about is looking good. And
Who was it?
We'll bleep it. We'll promise. Toast, we can't put that in and you can say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it. You know what? I'll type in the group chat.
What? Damn.
In our group chat.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. There's only so many people on that server.
Yeah.
Right. They're not bad people, for the record. This is just like,
no
I understand. Yeah, it's just humor.
Yeah.
Like, we don't make the same humor.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. You don't have to make the same joke. Like, you don't have to be on that same page.
Let me make sure I type this in the right chat.
Oh.
You understand what I mean? Because these people, they don't usually... I notice some people just don't like being the butt of jokes at all, ever. Whether or not it's because of the history or just their personality, that's fine. And I just don't get along with them. But sometimes they see it as, oh, you can only make content with me if you can insult me. But it's not like that. It is a big part of my humor, the banter. But if there's no banter, there's no back and forth. Because there can be a back and forth. It just doesn't have to be me insulting you. It actually makes more sense if you insult me every now and then. But it's, humor is not for everyone. And it's not, specific to one person's taste.
Yeah, you kind of vibe differently also.
Yeah.
It's like I might vibe with people that you might not vibe with in terms of bouncing off. it also how sometimes what matters a lot is how well you know them.
Yeah.
Like knowing someone really well, you can make jabs at them for their own personal things. Like if someone doesn't know I snack a lot, they're never gonna make jabs at me for snacking all the time during streams or something, right? That's just random stuff.
Yvonne, do you find it easy or hard to make maybe jabs at Toast? Does it come naturally to you?
Oh, it comes like second nature to me almost. I mean, I just know the guy so well. Yeah. But it's more so trying like to not say things that are too far.
But I also think he beats you to the punch like 90% of the time.
I mean, he's just more fucking outlandish with the shit that he says. I would never call him a different species, but this guy will think of that. You know what I mean? So like, I just don't think to that extent.
Yeah, Yvonne's not as funny as me, unfortunately. Yeah, you gotta be on your toes.
Screw you.
See the opportunities.
Yeah. But see, I'm not as much, I can't capitalize sometimes.
Toast, what's your favorite comedy duo? Or just or even one person?
Comedy.
Yeah. Or because you said you like to...
Yeah, I do like to study humor and like what makes situations funny. What do I find funny? Oh, there's this movie Tropic Thunder with Robert Downey Jr. and Ben Stiller. I remember laughing my ass off watching that. There's this old improv show, and it's gonna really date myself as like a millennial, called Whose Line Is It Anyway? Which is a improv TV show. I don't find a lot of things funny these days. I do like genuinity. And I think a lot of people do. I think some of the best content creators are people who are genuine to themselves. So when I see a content creator enjoy themselves, that's actually like, ooh, I really like that. But to actually laugh watching someone, not a lot. I find that I don't consume a lot of media that makes me laugh. The situation that makes me laugh is just being with friends and joking around with them.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched, for me, something like someone's stand-up. I've laughed during someone's stand-up, but the times that I've laughed the hardest were in friend group scenarios when something has happened.
Do you watch any content that makes you laugh?
Conan O'Brien. I love him. Him and his whole crew, Jordan, Schlansky, so funny. I love Ali Wong, Ronnie Chang. I think I do watch quite a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
So I just enjoy it. It's a good turn on. Even Kevin Hart's kind of funny. But Kevin Hart's the butt of the joke for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart. Oh, so when I do the research for you guys, I always think of these comedy duos. So like
He's The Rock, I'm Kevin Hart? Is that what you're saying?
No, he's like the Ice Cube and you're the Kevin Hart.
Ice Cube?
Because Ice Cube and Kevin Hart are a duo. They have like Rush Hour. Don't quote me on this. Right?
Rush Hour?
No, it's not Rush Hour.
Rush Hour is Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Ride Along. Another movie. But yeah, there's like a lot of comedy duos, and I always think of you guys because I'm like, okay, who's who in this situation? Like you're the Conan O'Brien, but I wouldn't say you're the Jordan. I would say you're like the Sona of this podcast. Do you know who Sona Mosesian?
What does that mean?
These are very specific references, but they make sense.
Sona Mosesian is Conan's old assistant turned podcaster host with Conan. So like in my head, Conan will walk in and like smack the drink out of Sona's hand. Toast would smack the snack out of your hand. Now, that's if you want to dissect it. But
yeah, it's known as the foil, right? You have the quote unquote main character, and then there's the foil that essentially challenges them or like acts in a way that makes the main character look absurdist.
Yeah.
And there's also the straight man, which is the guy who's just like straightforward in a world of outlandishness. And that in itself highlights how crazy everyone else is. And a good entertainer knows which role they play at all times. Because there are times where I have to play the straight man. I often play the straight man with people that I'm not close to.
Yeah.
Like if I'm dropped in a situation, like if I'm dropped with the FaZe kids or like the Jason DeWeens or like the really young, hyperactive, my role then becomes the straight old man who's tired of her. Oh, I have this with Extra Emily because she you know, she's always streaming every time we interact. Like she would put me on stream, and I know my role in that situation is to act tired, act annoyed, act straight, don't talk much, which is completely different from how I am like on these podcasts. So once I'm on offline TV, where I'm kind of like more chaotic energy, right?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because sometimes with a new group of people, you never really know where to drop in exactly, and then you start interacting and you start meeting the people, and you're like, and then you start like understanding your dynamic in that.
Yeah,
it's like something that we get thrown into a lot from all the collabs or randomly having different people in the call and like all this.
Yeah. If you look at my super old offline TV videos when I first came, I mostly played the straight man. Like I didn't talk much, but the times I would talk, it was like critical moments. And over time, it's evolved more and more as new people come in, old people leave, and the dynamics are constantly changing. And it's always a struggle to figure out where I am. Like even now, I think I struggle a lot with the industry changing so much. It's like, well, I can't be the young guy anymore because I'm like unk age. Like where do my role land now? Am I like the old mentor? Am I the jaded teacher? I don't know. So, but yeah, there's a lot that goes into trying to figure out how to use your humor on the internet, because it's just so many ways. It's constantly changing. People like different things.
So how do you prep for these podcasts, Toast? Like when you come in,
I just show up.
Right, but you come in swinging sometimes, and Yvonne and I wonder, where did this come from?
Well, he gets creative when it's insulting me.
What? I didn't insult you today. Today I talked about lesbians.
I just say in general, whenever you're on the podcast, you mean today. It's just, you can get real creative sometimes. Sometimes it gets your creative juices flowing, I think. Just my presence, you're just like, huh. Like I can think of a fun way to make fun of her today.
Yeah, I don't think about you that much, man.
It's more so when I'm there. It's not like...
I don't think I get that creative with it. And you also weren't there for the species comment. Ray set me up for that one.
Don't say she set you up like she invited that.
I had a banger last night that I thought was a banger. But the problem with that one, it was really crude. Someone said, "Oh, I like PB&J." And I said, "Oh, I like PB&J, but hold the P."
Just a J.
No, just the other two letters.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
I like PB&J. Hold the P, please. It's like, damn, that's the humor comes from how dumb it is.
Yeah.
But what brings it down is pretty crude. So you can only use it in certain contexts. You can't like tell that just willy-nilly. But I thought it was funny.
It is funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just not something you could say. Like if the person on the other end was like a underage girl, you'd be like, I cannot say that joke. But if it was like two dudes in a call or something, so it's very interesting. The way you can make jokes is really, really dependent on the group or people that you're with.
Yeah, a lot goes into all of this. I wasn't born like this. I was a huge introvert in high school and didn't have friends in grade 9 and grade 10, and ate lunch alone. For the first 2 years, sometimes I would sit with my sister who does have friends, and that actually was probably even lamer. So I had a lot of time to observe other human interactions, and I thought to myself, it would be nice to have some. That's why I'm pretty observant.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, there's so many people I see all the time that's like, oh, it'd be so nice to have a group of friends like that.
Yeah. It took a lot of work. A lot of years studying how people interact.
You think Hearthstone is what broke you? Like what era?
Broke?
Not broke. Or like, sorry.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, what happened to you, man? What got you?
Don't take that personally. Like what opened the gates for the humor to arrive? Was it like
in grade 11, I didn't want to be isolated anymore, so I learned to do magic tricks. So I was that magic trick kid in high school. We all have one. I was that one, and it allowed me to kind of interact with people and also entertain. And then were you guys afraid of class presentations in high school?
Yes.
And you would dread being called, and
Yes.
sometimes you want to be called last, but then you're dreading it the whole time. So sometimes it's easier to go first.
Yeah, and it sucked when someone who had a really fucking good presentation would go before you.
Did you read from the paper? And then your teacher say, hey, don't read from the paper.
No. I think the times I did read from a paper, it was like understandable because there's so much context or information.
But there's a lot of people that dread those presentations, right? And there's some kids that go up and then they're just reading it because they're so nervous. I was one of those kids. I hated presentation, but I thought, okay, maybe if I was to make it funny, people would like it and be more tolerable. So I started with class presentations. I got really scared, but over time I was like, okay, let's just make this almost a performance. So that helped me get better at being a performer, class presentations, which helped shape my humor. And then once I started playing Hearthstone, I had some humor experience under my belt. So I knew how to be funny. And most Hearthstone guys, they just know how to play card games. They're fucking nerds. So it was easy to set myself apart. So that's how it started. And I became more comfortable with it. What broke me? I think it's just years of being in this industry. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you just get more and more comfortable in front of the camera, and then you just start and chat, and you kind of just like start getting more of the dynamic and how to be almost, or like developing your own thing with it.
I wouldn't say this is even my most degenerate form. It's when I'm solo streaming by myself. That's when I start saying some really, if I'm really excited, I'm saying the craziest things that I would never say.
I feel like you hold back on this podcast actually.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some clips and I asked Yvonne, I said, is he holding back? Because is this like a PG version of him?
What clips have you seen?
I've seen clips. And I hop onto your servers. I hop on both of your guys' servers from time to time.
It's not that bad, right?
Sometimes
it's worse than what you say on this podcast.
You're lucky you weren't there for his Twitter era. Sometimes
the Twitter era?
Like,
I was farming back then.
I feel like I had to burn my eyes after seeing some of them.
Yeah, the Twitter era, I was just trying to figure out what gets the most engagement. And then I think even after 6 months, I'm like, yeah, this is just very crude, lowbrow humor that I didn't want to continue. And after that, I just stopped. But it was like really crude sexual jokes. And I thought to myself, oh, this is funny. The numbers are going up. But then it's like, well, don't really want to be known for creating humor like this. So I stopped. Now I don't tweet anymore.
And the sponsors.
Yeah, sponsors don't love it sometimes. The harem era.
Mm-hmm.
That one had some
Crazy
really
era.
funny moments.
So this is like PG.
Yeah. I would say I never crossed the line too much. Like, I don't say anything. Like, I don't say the R word. And I try not to use language that's actually hurtful. So it's a lot of sexual jokes here and there. But since then, I've really eased off on it. There's one type of jokes I don't like. And I don't often make those, which is there's this thing guys do. It's like gay baiting. Gay jokes is like, oh, I'm going to kiss you on the mouth. And it's a guy to a guy. There's some people, even if our friend group, that farms that kind of jokes. And I don't find it funny. But again, humor is different for everyone. I don't find it funny, not because it's like, oh, you shouldn't be gay baiting. It's just like, it's not funny. Like, what's the funniness? A guy kissing another guy. That's not common. That's out of pocket. But people probably felt that way about my sexual jokes. It's like, oh, what's the funny? Is it just the crudeness? But you're getting a more PG version.
Yeah.
My question, you're more of a normie, not in a derogatory way. Have you watched Uncle Roger?
Yeah, but he's like, it's not, his humor is just, it's so normal.
Do you find that kind of content funny?
Yeah, I love Uncle Roger.
So this is a debate sometimes within the Asian community. Like, is what Uncle Roger doing good or harmful to the perception of Asian stereotypes? Because Asian people find him funny.
Yeah.
But a lot of white people also find him funny because like, haha, funny Chinese guy with a funny accent who eats fried rice.
Well, there's a reason why he ate his fried rice. It's because of Jamie Oliver. Yeah. So I think for me, there are tasteless humor for Asian Americans or Asian comedians. But I think the people like Ronnie Chang, Ali Wong, even like Uncle Roger, I do think they elevate it because all their jokes are based off of Asians, but they do bring attention of, yeah, again, it's humor. There's like the catch to it. It's funny and there's no really hurt feelings. And if you're hurt, too bad. This isn't for you. But I do think there are some tasteless ones. Humor can, it's a tough line to
because Uncle Roger does the accent.
And wears the shirt, yeah.
Yeah, and Ronnie Chang, he doesn't do the accent. He just talks on himself. Like when he talks about Asian humor or like Asian jokes, in those situations, you are laughing with them. But with Uncle Roger, sometimes it can be like you're laughing at him because it's the funny Chinese accent. I think if he had that naturally, that would make sense. But he
makes the accent.
He makes the accent and he's just a British guy.
Well, no, the difference, in my opinion, is Uncle Roger's, again, the content is based off of laughing at others who don't do Asian food well, right? That's his reaction. Most of his videos are those reaction videos.
Parodies of it.
Yeah, so like him doing the accent, okay, if he was just making fun of Asian straight up, I think maybe there can be that question mark, but he's making fun of other people like Gordon Ramsay, or not even Gordon Ramsay, but within the white space. People who can't cook Asian food right. So I think that's the difference.
That makes sense. Like he's playing the role of this Asian cook expert that's being offended by how clumsy these non-Asians are preparing Asian food.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie Oliver put like jam into fried rice. So that's gross.
You put jam into fried rice?
Did you guys see this video?
No.
You guys have to, that's the basis of his humor is Jamie Oliver. He's a horrible cook and like he puts honey chili jam into the fried rice and wets the rice while cooking. It's it's horrific to watch.
Yeah.
What Jamie Oliver did.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious how Uncle Roger used that.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My humor and Chelsea's are not the same.
Yeah. I mean, your humor is special.
I agree. Chelsea is more Facebook and I'm more Reddit.
I don't know which one's better at that point.
I do think I'm probably more Facebook. Yeah. I'm totally fine with it. But somehow I fell into the Reddit and here I am trying to navigate it.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you guys. Okay, I have this segment for you guys called Would You Rather. Haha, we all play the game, but I have a bunch of questions for you guys for a bunch of Would You Rathers.
Okay.
Would you rather be ugly or stupid?
Oh my God.
Stupid.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be
especially if
stupid.
you're, and this is me being super honest. I think I've talked about this, but being an ugly woman just feels like the world is so cruel to you that I would feel so bad if I was like seeing how people treat women they don't find attractive is like one of the worst things.
I want to say like there's no ugly out there. It's like about do you take care of yourself? Like hygiene, hair, anything. Like I feel like anyone who's quote unquote like a 1 could go as soon as they take care of those things could be like a 5 or more and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's kind of feels bad to say like, but I think there is a very also a reality of, yeah, if you look beautiful, like if you put yourself to that level, you do get away with more. Even if you're stupid, you can go out and someone will help you because you look beautiful. And so, and then if anything, if you look disheveled and you look ugly, I feel like people would discredit you or even look down on you, maybe not even speak to you because of that. So unfortunately, I feel like, yeah.
So you guys
the world
are
values appearance a lot.
Stupid over ugly.
As a guy.
Also, yeah, as a guy.
As a guy, I would. How ugly am I? How ugly am I?
You're ugly. Like there's nothing you can change. Well, you know what? You could change. How about that? But you're just the base.
Am I like deformity ugly or just generic ugly?
Generic ugly.
I think generic ugly as a guy, you can do a lot. Like you can get fit. Like you would have to really make it up elsewhere, like hair, fitness, self-care, success. That I would say you can overcome the ugliness and still be relatively successful in your romantic life. Like caring, just like raise everything up. And women can easily overlook your ugliness. And I think for guys, since they're such visual creatures, that it's hard for a lot of guys to overlook ugliness in women. So I would actually be okay being ugly as a guy.
Got you. Okay. Would you rather be broke or canceled? And we're talking about like cancel. You can't come back from your career.
What did I do?
You got canceled for whatever.
Well, it
you
really
said.
depends, because if you got canceled for being like a sexual predator, that's
okay.
different than like, you
Yeah.
got canceled for saying something.
How about you said something not politically sound?
Give me an example.
I'm not going to give
me
you
an example,
No.
Chelsea.
I don't have it in me. It's the Facebook, okay?
Is this after I made my money though?
Yeah, it's like right now.
Right now?
Yeah. Would you choose to be broke or choose to be canceled? You're broke,
Okay.
meaning you really actually lost a lot. You're going to have to find a job.
I lose my career or I lose my money.
Yeah.
I think I would rather lose my career than lose my money, because I think being broke right now at this age would be really rough, and in this economy. But I would feel terrible for my community, thinking that I'm an awful person, and that like the person that they used to like have enjoyment with and trust in actually turn. I would not want to shatter some like what people think of me like that. That'd be the saddest part of it all. But I think like on a realistic have to survive on this earth would be to not be broke and be canceled.
Do I lose my house?
You're broke.
No, you have everything you have right now. Oh, well, that means he has his assets, huh?
Yeah.
No, you're broke. Like you try to sell your assets. Like you gotta work. Like
I would probably. Oh, that's hard. Essentially, the question is, for the next 30 years, am I gonna make enough money to cover the loss if I was to lose everything now?
yeah, if you're canceled.
Yeah. I would choose to be canceled and keep my assets and just find a low-key job. I'm assuming I didn't do anything horrific that I can't be hired at a regular job.
You just said something online.
Okay. Like if it's something one of those like, oh, he said something really wrong, but he can work in the background as like a marketing manager, then that's probably what I would end up doing.
Okay. Would you rather be annoying or forgettable?
Forgettable. God, I hate the idea of me being annoying to someone.
I know, me too.
Just forget me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was here.
I don't want to annoy people.
Would you rather be rich and evil or poor and good?
Rich and evil.
Oh,
Rich and evil.
I'm answered
didn't
that
even
fast.
think about it.
Oh, do evil people know they're evil?
Yes, you know you're evil.
Like,
Do they
what did I
know that,
do?
though? I feel like some of them are delusional. They don't
I
know
think
that
what
they're
happens is you
evil.
end up thinking you have to, it's like cognitive dissonance, right? You have to either accept the fact that you're evil, which most people don't do, or you think you have to twist it in a way that it's like, oh, I actually am not doing a wrong thing, but I'd rather be rich.
And evil.
But, honestly, the evil and good part doesn't even factor in when it comes to money.
How evil is it? Like, do I murder people evil? Or like,
I would murder people.
am I just...
Maybe let's just say you're like even mob mentality, like that kind of evil. I don't know. Yvonne, put yourself in that position. Your mob mentality. Would you rather be rich and evil or good? It's like morals, basically. You're going to choose the evil morals or you're going to choose the good morals.
It's tough because it's like the how evil am I and how poor am I?
You're poor. Like you're really poor.
Really poor?
Yeah.
Then I probably would rather be rich and evil. I think people who actually live in poverty have it so stressful, insanely like, yeah.
Here's my question. Would you kill a person to extend your own life?
I don't.
You wouldn't?
No.
How long are we? Like how long?
Yeah.
Like,
You absorb his entire remaining lifespan.
how old are we though?
Just however, maybe you're 50, maybe you're 60, and the age is catching up and you don't have much time.
How do we kill them?
Ooh.
Like by a pill or like by like true.
Do you think that matters?
It does.
Okay, let's say it's a button and then they just drop that, but you get their life.
Are they a serial killer?
They're just a regular guy.
A regular
We
guy?
don't know them.
You don't know.
Oh,
Guy on the street.
God. I don't know.
On the
I
subway
don't know if I could
station.
do that.
You're on the same train and
Well, I
then
still live my life, right? We still live our life even if we don't.
yeah, you still, whatever happens to you doesn't change. You just get extra years on your life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't think so either.
Now let's say it's your mom and she's getting old and you can do it for her and you can extend your mom's life by another 20 years.
There's a chance I could do that. Yeah, it's like when you say that it's my mom, my aging mother, who like, do I want to see her die? And then like, I don't know this person at all. I like can close my eyes, push a button, and like my mom's life is extended. I might.
So the question is the button, the method, right? Because if it's the button and you don't have to see him, you don't have to deal with the ramification of the guilt, then it becomes more acceptable.
I couldn't do it.
I think like holding a gun and like murdering someone, that very act of that is traumatizing on its own and very different.
But if it's a button, you pressing it?
For my mom's life, I think there's a chance I could. There could be a chance.
And for the record, your mom is just gonna die of natural old age causes.
Yeah. You're just extending the life.
Yeah, you're extending it. And she'll have a good life. It's not like she's gonna be decrepit. You're essentially robbing someone of their young youth to prolong your mother's life.
Oh my God, no, absolutely not.
Okay, so it is someone.
I
would do it. I would do it for my own life.
What are you guys gonna do, right? Like in my head, I'm thinking like, what are you gonna do for another 20 years, 30 years, or 100 years, right?
Tough to say. If I had I'm not gonna be all above that and say like I'm never gonna do it. But if you gave me a scenario where like I'm with the love of my life and I want to see my kids longer and like all this kind of stuff, I could. You know, there's a chance that I could. If as soon as I'm on my deathbed and like you're telling me, hey, press this button, you might not have to die and you can see your kids like get married and stuff, I might just be like, well, shit, maybe at this point. Oh my God. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm above that because like if I've never been put in that situation.
Okay. But instead of a button, let's say it's a gun.
Jesus. Oh, no, that's
then it's a
harder.
no?
It's harder. Trust me, I have thought about like how to even kill a crab. Okay, I literally have thought about like, you know, just try to hit it at its like nerves, just end it quickly, you know? And one time I got a duck. And the thing is, I thought the duck was gonna come sometimes with their head off, like, you know, they're kind of just like the body. But no, this duck came with the head and the beak and the face and everything. It made me cry like butchering it when it was already dead.
It's a dead duck.
It's a dead duck. That I got from the grocery store, and I felt terrible butchering it, and it was already dead.
But you press the button anyways, though.
Yeah, that's a little different.
You're a coward. You are willing to take someone's life if you don't have to live with the guilt of it.
That's a factor. That's a real factor. There's something that also traumatizes you when you are the person who like there are people who in self-defense kill somebody and they still have a hard time living with it.
What would you do, Toast? You're pressing the button.
I'm pressing the button. I'm going like I'm adding another 200 years.
What are you gonna do? I'm okay. What about the gun?
I would.
You would?
I would.
Oh my goodness, Toast! I don't know if we can put it here.
Oh, I think I would definitely do it.
We can't say that. You can say it, but we can't.
No, you definitely can. I think it's a fine philosophical question. Like,
but that's like.
I'm not saying I'm gonna go out there and shoot someone. It's the whole trolley problem. Like, would you kill 5 people on the train tracks, and you have the button to change the train tracks, but it hits one person instead? Is it ethical for you to flip that switch to kill one person versus like do nothing and kill 5 people? And then they keep extending it. It's like, oh, now that one person's your mom. Mm-hmm. That one person's a baby. The 5 people on the train track is Hitler. Oh my God. Like, it extends because it tries to find that boundary for everyone, because everyone has that line of like, what is okay when you have to take action to take a life? Mm-hmm. Like, what makes it justified? And for me, if it means extending someone's I care about's life or my life, I'm very much a person who's like, I look out for people in my life. And it's a very selfish point of view, right? It's a very like, oh, so only people you care about matter.
I mean, it is bias. Yeah. It's just, but that's natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very human. And I think most people would like to think, oh, I'm going to be impartial. I'm going to do like what's best for mankind, the good of humanity. But once you're put into that situation, it's really hard to say. And I think I would definitely be okay pressing the button. I think I would be having a really hard time if it was a gun. Mm-hmm. And if it's a knife, then it's like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much changes. And then he tells me, oh, I'm actually a single father of 3 orphans.
I know. It's so different. It's like I imagine all scenarios you just wouldn't know, because as soon as they look you in the eye, it could be your mom, it could be this stranger who's like, please don't do it. You just don't. You might not do it.
I would do it.
No.
If it means giving my mom another 50 years. And my mom can't know. I wouldn't want my mom to know that I took a life.
Damn. What if she did know? What if she had to know?
Here's another question. I thought about this. My brother is dangling off a ledge. His daughter is dangling off a ledge on the other side.
Yeah.
Who should I save? Do I save my brother or do I save his daughter? And I think he would want me to save his daughter.
Yeah.
So I would just have to let my brother die to save my niece.
Yeah. I think that one's easier because you know what they would want.
What they will want, yeah. Great questions. Great philosophical questions. What would you do, Chelsea? Are you pressing that button? No. You would not press that button?
No. I wouldn't press the button even if I couldn't see them. I don't want that. I don't want that extra years. I would feel very guilty in those extra years. I would feel, even if it was for a family member, I just don't.
Your husband?
No. I'm not doing it for anyone. Because it's like the mindset or the feeling that I would have knowing that I took away someone else's life and then giving it to either me, parents, family, or my partner, I just feel so guilty. What are you gonna do with those extra years? Everyone's already dead that like we've lived with. So why would I want those extra years?
New scenario.
Okay.
Your partner.
Yeah.
Has a disease that's gonna end his life in 1 year.
Oh my God.
You pressing that button?
That would be so sad.
You didn't get to live your life with him, man. You guys just got married.
Oh gosh, she's crying thinking about it.
I would actually be so sad. I wouldn't be okay. Would I press a button? Oh my God. I don't know. I would think about it. I would think about it for a really long time. I would discuss it with him. And if we both agree, then I'll do it. I don't think I have the willpower. Oh man.
I think how it would start is like you would want to find out who's dying. It's like, how is this guy a bad guy? Is he a prisoner?
Yeah.
Okay, because if he's like
it somehow.
It's like, oh, this guy doesn't recycle. That's pretty horrible. He needs to go. Is this a line?
Yeah.
We don't know what that line is.
Yeah.
I would have to think about it. I would really have to ask myself some really deep questions.
So viewers, let us know in the comments what it takes for you to take away someone's life, to give it to someone you love.
Realistically, you think you would be able to do it? I don't know. Tough hypothetical.
We're going to switch that hypothetical and just keep going with the would you rathers. Would you rather be desperate or detached and emotionless? So desperate or emotionless?
I think desperate.
I think desperate too.
Even though I hate that feeling of anxiety, sometimes I also enjoy in the sense that it's like, wow, I'm able to feel this. Mm-hmm. Like when I like a girl so much and she rejected me or whatever and it hurts.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, it's like eating something really spicy. It's like, oh.
I think not feeling something would be so like it makes you just everything so bland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather try too hard or not care at all?
Try too hard.
Try too hard.
I think nonchalantness is only cool if you're a child.
Would you rather punch up or punch down?
I would punch up. Mm-hmm. Punching down is not a challenge.
Would you rather be delusional or miserable?
Delusional.
Delusional.
Would you rather be loved or feared?
Loved.
Well, he's...
Yeah, he really has to think about this one.
I think feared. I think feared overall.
In a room full of people, you'd rather them fear you than love you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what I actually want, though. It's one of those, like, I push people away, but deep down, I secretly want them to love me. But I feel like I can't have that, so I will have that fear instead.
So in a room with me, Lily, Scar, you'd rather us fear you than love you?
No, I'd rather you guys love me. Like, what room am I in?
That's what I mean.
Is this the wide audience? Yeah. Like, if this is the wider audience in the industry, I'd rather people in the industry fear me than love me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd rather they love me, but I can't. It's sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry.
It just opens myself up to be vulnerable.
Where do you think you're at right now?
I don't know. I think it's a mix of both. I often wonder what my life would look like if I didn't play into the villain ego role and instead play into the kind, like understanding good guy role. Because I do feel like overall I'm a good guy and I'm a reliable guy. And that at the end of the day, I'll be there for people, like the lovable jerk archetype. But I also wonder, what if I just remove the jerk and remove like the flaming, the spiciness, and just be like always a positive guy? Because I think like when you met me, I was more like that, like polite and shy and not aggressive.
Yeah, but I think that also wasn't like the entirety of you. That was just a part of you. And you had the other part in you that was like unleashed through content and other things. Like, I think that, but that also came with you being younger. Okay, the way I describe how I feel about it is like now, it's not, I'm not saying you're a bad guy back then, but you are better now, just like how I am better now than the person we were like 6 years ago, right? And 6 years ago, we're gonna be meaner. We're gonna be like, I think kids are really mean when they're young. And it's like when we're younger, we're meaner. And then as you get older, you grow more empathy and things for people. And that's how you become kinder. I don't think it would have been possible back then for you to always have like a kind persona or character because we haven't even fully learned that yet. You were not kind and angelic and shit like that 6 years ago.
I was kind when we met. I would say overall I'm a kind person. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, Masayoshi John. Mm-hmm. I would describe him as like a very good archetype. And I wonder, like, what if I went down that route?
I can't imagine.
You just be a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what you are.
But because I went down this other route, it's kind of...
It'd be so different. I feel like I don't even know what your humor would be anymore.
I don't think you would have much humor.
It's hard to say. Like, do you want to be a king that's feared or a king that's loved?
Well, you chose fear, no?
Well, I choose it because it's what I know. But deep down, like, I would feel bad if
people actually feared
people close to me feared me. Because I think you can get people to do what you want. Like, if they like you, if they love you and trust you, they'll do it, right? Or the other way is they're scared of you. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna listen to them because I'm scared.
I think people go above and beyond for people that they love, and sometimes they do exactly what they're told or bare minimum when they fear somebody. Like, imagine in a workplace, a manager that I'm scared of or other things that I don't like. I'm just gonna do my job, exactly my job. I'm not gonna do more because I don't like it. But if it's someone I really like, I might stay an extra hour to like help them close.
You can go far with both.
Yeah.
You can go very far with both ends. You can be feared and be, president.
Yeah.
Or, do something.
I think I want to be loved by people close to me, but feared by everyone else.
Okay. Last questions. Would you rather be a feminist or a men's rights activist?
What a trap question.
Yeah. Which one would you rather be?
How about both?
Good answer. Yep.
I think men's rights, like feminism, is important. Very important. And often men's right is important. It's just not talked about because, women have been off to the sidelines, as to say, for the last 2,000 years. But because now the movement is trying to like essentially right a wrong in a way, sometimes guys can feel like, oh, well, what about us? Well, like, we could also use some help every now and then. But guys don't reach out. Guys don't go out of their way to help other guys like women do. So it can feel pretty isolating. So it's both. One thing that I try to do with our friend group sometimes is there was a period of time where the girls were making a lot of like men suck jokes, like kill all men. Like they were saying like that, like every stream, like fuck men, just outright. And it was fine like the first few months because, there are shitty guys. But after a while, it's like, we're reaching like overcompensating territory, and it's actually, I feel like, driving away guys from the community, like guys who aren't bad people or think that way. It's just like, well, I could open the stream and I have to listen to these girls constantly like shit on men when nothing has warranted it in that particular stream.
I wouldn't say, I totally get going too far the other way around. I think it's not that nothing has warranted it. I think I know it's extreme, like the way they say it too, but it's because I also have experienced it. It's usually comes from like, we go on social media, we get DMs, we get tags. It's like, and they're all guys who are just saying like, I'm gonna rape you, I'm gonna like, you know, do all these things. And then like when someone makes a stupid comment, it's like this fucking guy just like thinks he can just say that. Like, why? So that's where it stems from. It's like when you on stream, it may sound random, but it's because maybe something that day has happened where they're like, dude, guess what? Someone sent me a thing. Guess who it was? It was a fucking man. And then, like, that's how it comes from. But I totally get, like, I do feel bad if guys are like, you know, well, that kind of feels bad to hear when they're just chilling, trying to listen to a stream. Because I think I would feel bad too if someone's like, kill all women, you know, even if it were flipped.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with having nuances in online discussion is what people do is they take the extreme version of like one group. Like, for example, a guy on Twitter saying like, I'm going to kill women, I'm going to rape women. And then using him as like an example, but then just men in general will see. It's like when the girls say kill all men, they obviously mean kill all like shitty men, right? And not the regular one. But men will then hear that. It's like, oh, this streamer wants to get rid of all men. Like, women are horrible. And then she becomes an example. That's why in political discussion, it's like extreme conservative or the extreme liberal, because if you find anyone in the middle, then you can't have a discussion. You can't use them as a straw man for your beliefs. So I try to stay away from discussions like that, but it's not interesting, right? No one wants to hear a nuanced take. So when it comes to men's rights, it's just so hard because women have experienced like so much shitty behavior from men that a lot of them are jaded. A lot of them are sick of men. And then they'll say comments like, yeah, fuck all men, which is totally valid from what they go through. And it's not on them to dial it back. It's like, I don't want them to feel like, oh, out of respect for this average guy or this person who has nothing to do with it, I'm going to change how I speak. But I do try and like encourage, okay, you're totally valid for saying that. You can keep saying it, but just understand that sometimes when you continue that, it might create an even bigger divide and start alienating people. But it goes both ways. So
it is true. I just think I've also seen like when something does happen to a guy though, like I've seen a video on TikTok of a guy who came out about his like a sexual assault that happened to him. And so many of the comments, I just saw like female profiles, there's girls commenting like, I'm so sorry, like you're so valid, like blah blah, like so much support for this guy. And I just think it sucks because it feels like sometimes the reaction is so different. Like when a girl talks about sexual assault, you know, the ton of comments that's always the guys invalidating, like that doesn't even count. That's not sexual assault. If that were the case, I've assaulted like 50 women, you know, and all this shit. They say crazy shit, but when a guy comes out, like I'm sure there's also going to be comments, but I feel like majority are always like so supportive because women have been there and they know what it's like to feel invalidated.
Yeah. And it's actually other guys invalidating the guy. Yeah,
which is crazy. I've seen so many comments. Literally, the time you were talking about Nina, there's like so many comments of guys being like, that's not even are you even a man? Like, are you like, that's crazy.
It's just shitty behavior from shitty human beings. And it's not rooted in one person's gender necessarily. There was that gaming drama recently in Marvel Rivals.
Oh yeah,
where
stuff.
Essentially 3 gamer women ganged up on the gamer guy and kind of like were mean girls to him. Essentially, like, oh, you think you're so smart, like fuck you. And they were being kind of mean. And I think women in gaming feel the need to stick up for each other because they're so bullied often. But in this case, it was a case of the girl's going too far and just like shitting on this guy. And it's such a bad situation because now all the misogynists and the sexists on the internet has an excuse to just stupid like, fucking bitches.
This is why women blah blah blah. But I'm glad Kingsman also said like, hey, no, this is not about.
It's not a woman's
not
thing.
An excuse for you guys.
And
to
like
be
guys don't get that. Like the insult. There was one guy who were insulting these women, and they're like, I just want to make sure that people know I'm not a sexist, but watching these caked up makeup bitches, and so it's like, bro, you clearly have a gender issue here. And when I saw that situation, it's like, these are just shitty people. They're not, they're shitty women. Not because they're women, it's just because they're shitty individuals. So
yeah, I mean, if you take what men have said to women, like that's just, it's happened. Yeah. And like, do men even get condemned for that nearly as much? I don't know.
So we support women's rights and men's rights here on the podcast. Let us know in the comments below which one you support more, women or men.
No.
You can't say
no.
Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
That was me. And I definitely DM'd the 18-year-olds. Not for predatory reasons.